Elijah, thanks so much again for agreeing to come on and talk to us and give us and share a little bit about your life and experience with us. Okay.
You're very welcome. And thank you again for having me. I look forward to
The first question I have from you that I ask everybody, can you tell me your name, your stage name, and can you describe your artistry?
it. Okay. My name and my stage name are the same. It is Elijah Rashad Reed. I am a actor, writer, um, filmmaker. Yeah, most definitely those three in and of themselves. Predominantly, I'm an actor, and on the side, I am a professional fool because I do a lot of improv and things like that. So I like to say I get well. Obviously, I get paid to play, but also I get paid to make a fool of myself once in a while, and it's pretty fun. Yeah,
Nice. Okay. How long have you been acting?
man. Honestly, I've been acting since. If I'm 30, honestly, I've been acting since probably like third, fourth grade. Long story short, I got identified here in Los Angeles as kind of like a highly gifted child, and my mom enrolled me into Cal State LA, and I was able to do a conservatory for 2 years, which was pretty cool. I kind of did that while playing basketball, and I was just kind of like the old trope of the dual identity. The kid that goes into like the artsy kid, and then he takes off his shoes and his outfits and things like that. You put on your basketball clothes, you go play, and you do that. So it's like leading a double life. But yeah, I've been doing that. But professionally, I would say as of 2016, taking off 2 years of COVID, I've probably been doing this, man, a good maybe like 5, 6 years professionally. But I've been acting my whole life.
Okay. You said Los Angeles, so are you born and raised here in LA?
Yep, born and raised Silverlake, California. As people like to say, I am a Silverlake unicorn because they're like, wow, I never knew there was like real locals. Like it's wild. So yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Excellent. It's probably your parents, were they born here as well, or did they come here and then have you?
They're both born from here. Yeah, my dad went to high school over in Dorsey. My mother used to live in Avalon Gardens, and I never actually asked my dad where he used to be. But before they had me, they used to stay over in Carson. So yeah, we've kind of moved from different places and things like that. But yeah, we're all locals.
That's pretty cool. I like that. In fact, like you said, unicorn, we don't really hear about as much. So,
Nah.
when did you feel like you could actually do this professionally?
Ooh. Oh, wow, that's a good question. What was that moment? Um, damn, that's actually a really good question. Doing it professionally. I mean, to be honest, I feel as though as anything, like when I would do sports and things of that nature, my some of my favorite players, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, things of that nature. It was the constant pursuit to want to be better and be great. And there also was some sort of obtainable thing. Then for championships, for acting, that started to be a thing, I guess, around my first year of college. I had been recruited to go play basketball, and then I got cut. And then I came back and tried to make the team again, and I got cut. And that second time, I wasn't really hurt as much, and I felt a weight off me. And then from that point, I just started to kind of go back into my mind and think about my life and just say, hey, well, if I have all this extra time, what am I going to do? And then I started to think about things that I enjoyed doing back then. And that's when I kind of fell back into acting and I took a class, and then that started my whole journey. So I would say around that point. And then there's like when I got my first co-star for Grownish, and I had to then after two other ones, I had to pay to get my SAG card. So there's that as well. When I said, "Oh, I can get paid to do this," so there were those. And then most specifically, recently, I'd say Doom Patrol, this TV show I did where I got to be on. It's on HBO, and I had about eight eight or so guest star for this TV show, and the amount of time I got to spend in Atlanta and my co-star Javan Wade was just like it was such a beautiful time, and he was so open and supportive of my journey. And I think by the time I ended that, I thought I could do more than maybe just, a one liner or a two liner. I'm sorry for the long winded, but yeah, those periods I'd say all play a factor.
Feel free to be long winded. We love open essay type of answers. I mean,
Right.
definitely love to be transparent. We love for you to be transparent, with us.
That was a good plan.
Absolutely. When you
Okay.
think about that first gig when you were on set, can you
Mm.
recall where that was? What year?
Year, man, I think it was like 2017, 2018. So like about, no, I think it was 2017. I think it was about, give or take, almost a year after I graduated college. And then I booked Grownish. And it was cool getting to go over at the Disney lot. And I think the funny part was I had, I got a co-star role. I had one line, and there was just right when I got there, everything just felt nice. It was such a bright, sunny day. I was just like, wow, I'm finally doing this. I'm finally doing this. This is crazy. And I remember getting to set, and I saw this long line of people. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, this must be check-in. Let me go over there. And as I got in line, I got to the front desk. The guy asked my name, and I was like, Elijah Rashad Reed. I'm here for the thing. He's like, okay. Oh, I don't see you. What's your role? I was like, oh, I'm like black student, I'm black student. I got a line in the thing. He's like, what? You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be over there. And then I had like a really nice trailer, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit. Sorry, not cuss, but it's like, oh dang, I'm supposed to be over there, not over here. And that itself was a shift. And even, not even the painting in that picture of like, you're over here, this is, you know, for whatever, because prior to that, I had come from doing background, and I was PAing on set. So I was just doing what I knew. And when I recognized it, I was like, oh, that's cool. But at the same time, I still wanted to go and hang out with people that were in the background and extra players, featured players for the role. I mean, for the scene. So, it was just that thing of recognizing the shift of, again, identity. It's like, cool, where I was before is not where I am now. And I have to recognize that even though I want to still go and do all those things that I normally do, it's like, hey, some stuff has to change. Doesn't mean I have to change. But yeah. But yeah, that day was really fun. And then I got to bring my dad, and he had a good time. I think that was his first time to see that, oh, my son can like make money doing this.
Yeah,
So that was really cool to bring him on set.
that is awesome. You've done a good bit of TV work.
Mhm.
People will say like they're more TV, film, but now it
Mhm.
seems like you're in your theater era. I see
Mhm.
you recently, like last month, did like Color Struck, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
find yourself
Mhm.
like how did you find yourself on the stage more now?
Stage more now. So, I mean, the fun part was like in 2020, I had done a play in the same theater. So, ironically, the play that I'm about to do, Brothers of Affliction, is at the Willie Aggie Theater over there in Inglewood. And ironically, that's about like the fourth time I've been there throughout my career. In 2020, I did a play by Ladarian Williams called Emoja. And that was the first time I got to perform in that theater. And honestly, I kind of go back to what I was saying prior. I've been doing theater either, since elementary school, and then I took a time off in middle school, but then all throughout my high school years, I was doing plays. And then when it came to college, I did stuff in TV, and then I kind of fluctuated in the theater department while not actually being a theater major. So um, it's always had a pull on me, like a really strong magnet. No matter how far I go, I always find my way back to the theater. And then specifically, now that I just reminded me, doing a good amount of TV stuff, I just started to feel that itch, and I was like, man, I need to get back on stage. I want to get back on stage. I want to sharpen my tools, because at the end of the day, that is where an actor really is made. You can learn how to act between action and cut um, in a small amount of time, but at the same time, you can get a lot of knowledge and things from those experiences. If that's exactly what you want to do, you just get better at doing it. But as a whole person, as a whole artist, um, theater has always been a major foundation for me. So I'm always thinking, I got to get back. I got to get back. So yeah.
Nice. Um, how did you find yourself getting connected with Paris Creighton,
Mhm.
with Brothers of Affliction? How did you make that connection to say, okay, I think this is my next production?
Uh, so I had just come from, I just did, I had done a, what did I did? I recently done a guest star for this new show that's out now, and it should be coming out at some point. So I'll just wait so I don't have to mess that up. But I did it. I did a guest star, and yeah, I just started to get that itch again, and I wanted to do a play. I talked about it at the top of the year, and I was just saying I want to do a play. I want to get on stage. I want to be here and do all the fun stuff like that. And lo and behold, I think Paris reached out to me through Instagram. Sent me a message, and I just checked a couple things, and I saw it, and I was looking at it, and he talked about this play, saying what it was dealing with, and honestly, I was like, wow, that was pretty quick. I had auditioned for another play, and it didn't go through, but it was such a really good play. But then to turn around to get this opportunity, I was like, right, the things that are for you will never miss you. And this one, I feel like, has really been an opportunity to stretch myself as much as possible. So, yeah, reading the script and learning about these three gentlemen, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I think this is the next one I'd like to tackle, because also the role I get to play is something that I'm not always getting the opportunity to. I think more times than not, I get the young strapping, clean cut guy, the good boyfriend, the nice son, and the guy I get to play. He's just throwing his emotions. He's throwing a bunch of pain and different things like that all over the place. And I was like, you know what? I would love to try that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, if I fail, I got another show tomorrow. And if I fail again, I have another show tomorrow. And I got a bunch of other shows to keep trying to get better at it. So yeah, it all divinely really connected at the right time when it was supposed to.
Yeah, being able to redo it, that's the beauty of the stage.
Mm-hmm. So fun.
Do you find yourself having to go to a deeper place with this role? Having to go and dig deep for those emotional placements so that you can give the performance that's necessary?
Yeah. 1000%. I think I'm I myself, as anybody, we all go through our ups and downs in life and our feelings, and we all handle hurt differently. And I've had my fair share, but for this particular character, I think Shane, he doesn't know how to properly deal with the things that he's experienced, but also the things that he's experienced is not something that is normal, and it's not something that I think you should just be able to quickly be able to handle. These things happened to this man when he was young, and I kind of talk about it. I just say that this play with these three brothers, we all are grown children trying to connect, but we don't really know how. So, long story short, yeah, it's been constantly pushing me more and more to find more truer, honest reactions and feelings in the play, because when we start, it goes so fast. So I have to be very meticulous on the things that I'm talking about and whatnot. So then I can just go off of instinct. But yeah, it's really been requiring me to pull on different parts of myself. I don't really like to get angry a lot, but this one really forces me to be in that kind of or expressing that level of like hurt and pain. So yeah, it's been a challenge, but I love it. It's been really fun.
Excellent. What would you find that your challenges are, generally speaking, as being an actor here in Hollywood?
Yeah, sometimes just getting mad. I don't get mad all the time, so sometimes it can go from 0 to 100, and I get kind of freaked out about that. So then, when I do have roles that really require me to be in a more of a heightened state of emotion, it takes me a little while. I get pretty self conscious because I don't do it. So then as anybody, you'll start thinking if this is true, if this is real, is it authentic? Those have been challenges. Honestly, I think the other biggest challenge, especially with the last couple of years that have happened, is really leaning on those perseverance muscles and leaning on faith, because the influx of job and no job, and the industry's open, now it's closed, now it's shut down, now you're striking, now there's COVID, so many things. I mean, just the irregularities of this flow of work, if you will. Or I mean, even just to think about people that shows are filmed, gonna go out, canceled, movies done, gonna go out, canceled. And it's just, man, to still get back up and act like, hey, I got another opportunity, is second to none in terms of that level of resilience. So I think that's been like the biggest thing for me at times, has just literally been to find my ways, find my people that I can lean on, that can help me just get through the next 24. And then when I go to sleep, I wake back up, God willing, God blessing me. I'll wake up and I just tell myself, hey, let's get back to work.
Awesome. Listening to you, you're one of the lucky few, right? That was able to be known for your talent early on, able to get book gigs like right after college. What advice would you give to people who are trying to forge a similar path?
Um, I think first and foremost is have start to really think about what you enjoy and why you enjoy it when you're doing acting. Because as many people say it, and we should continue, the industry, the business of it all is not a place that will give you something because you are good, will not give you something because you are a good person. But still be all those things. Like, be a good person, be a great person, be someone that people want to work with. But first and foremost, be able to find that drive, your why. And it's always going to change as you get older and your career changes. But you want to be able to hone that in, because that is something that you can strive towards, that can block out all the strikes, the the retaliation from strikes, the COVIDs, the whatevers, or the year or year and a half or 2 years of just not getting work because you're not in season, and being able to I think the second thing is also to be able to find other things that you enjoy outside of acting, cultivate a life. If you would like to go travel, go do things. Sometimes we make a joke. We say, the second you book a plane ticket, next thing you know, an audition's coming up. And, it's kind of like that. You have to treat this, you have to care about it like it's your only thing when you have the opportunity to do it. And then when it is done, you must not care about it as though it is just something on the ground. Because again, the irregularities can wear you out if you care about, if you're white knuckling it so much. So I'd say those two things. Number three, have fun. Always have fun. Find the fun, find the joy in what you're doing. If you're doing a bunch of drama, go do a comedy. If you're doing comedy, go find in the drama. I'd say those three. And my final one is one that my teacher told me a while ago. He said, if you're not working, i.e., on stage or on set, you should be in class. If you're not in either of those, you should be in therapy. Yeah, especially being an actor. You should be in, whenever one of those is not happening, you should be in something. If you're not in class and you're not doing a job, be in therapy. If you're not in therapy, hopefully you're working and in class, and vice versa. You just kind of rotate them. So, yeah, those would be my four.
Awesome.